Hey guys, what is up? Kiera here. I am back with another video. So today's video is going to be a life update video. I went ahead and did it in the form of an Instagram Q&A. So I did ask my Instagram followers to go ahead and ask me some questions that they had. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get right into the video and I'm going to answer some of these questions. Okay, so here is my list of questions, and I'm just gonna start from the first question that I got, and then I'm gonna just work my way up. I am gonna try to answer every question that I did go ahead and get. So the first question is, where is the baby? And I also had another question that says, when are you going to have a baby? So I actually, ever since I got married, get this question a lot. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how to ever answer the question. So as a kid, my parents made it happen for me. So like I didn't want for anything. Like literally, I didn't want for anything. I was in dance, I was in swimming, I was in t-ball, I was in soccer, I was in modeling. Like literally my parents made it happen for me. So when I think about me having a kid of my own, I want to be able to make sure that my kid can have the same life that I had, if not even 10 times better. So I haven't really put much thought into it. I guess when God sees fit for me to be a mother, it will happen. But I just pray that when I do become a mother, I can give my kid the life that I had, and like I said, even better. The next question that I have is, what have you learned so far being married? So what have I learned so far? I've only been married like 2 weeks and some change. So it's not much. I don't think I've learned too much in these 2 weeks. I would say just from my relationship in general, something that I've learned, I think I've had to learn to let my fiance, my husband, like be a man. It was at one point in our relationship, like he would try to buy me things and I'm just like, no, I'm okay. I can do it for myself. So I always tried to be super independent, and so I had to kind of let that guard down and just let him be a man. What else have I learned? I've learned a lot. I've learned better communication skills. Like, it sounds cliche, and everybody, when they ask you what's one thing that makes their relationship work, and they always say communication, but honestly, communication literally helps your relationship thrive. And it's not so much of communicating, it's how you are communicating, because you've heard like probably several times, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So learning what's the best effective communication style for your partner. So that's something else that I have learned. The next question is, what are some near future goals? So I think right now, this year, for me, this year 2021 is real personal. So for me, 2021, I would have to say some of my near future goals is just to get back to being what makes Kiera. So whether that's doing fashion DIYs or posting more content on YouTube, or simply just like getting dressed up and taking pictures, because that's something that I love. Honestly, I would have to say one of my is to get back to being Kiera. Like 2019 Kiera flourished, okay? And I'm just trying to get back to 2019 Kiera. That was a good question. The next question is, how's the life been since COVID? We are approaching our quarantine anniversary. How's life been since COVID? Honestly, I can't complain. COVID has been good to me. I have been blessed to not have been too much I haven't been really affected by COVID, and like I said, that is a blessing. I gained a lot of weight during COVID. What else? COVID. I learned that I took for granted the outdoors. I'm the person who goes to work lays in the bed, watches YouTube videos, gets some food, goes to the grocery store. Like, I'm literally going out for what I have to go out for, nothing more, nothing less. So COVID has definitely taught me to appreciate the things that we often take for granted, like going outside. Because listen, I'm missing the outdoors and I barely went outside. So yeah, that's how life has been since COVID. But other than that, like I said, I've been blessed. I still have my job. You know, I haven't been really affected by COVID, unfortunately, in the way that others have been. Another question is, are you planning for a larger wedding ceremony? So I'm not planning for a larger wedding ceremony, but we have kind of altered our plans. Originally, we were going to do a wedding in Detroit, typically because that's where all our family is from. We had gotten to the planning of everything, and we wanted to have the wedding. We wanted to have the wedding this year, but it honestly wasn't feasible with Shaquille's career, and then just with everything going on with COVID, we thought that it wasn't feasible to do a wedding this year. So we went ahead and got married. Obviously, we're still gonna have a wedding because I want a wedding, and we have focused on doing a destination wedding, just because, and the reasoning because behind the destination wedding is we were planning this whole wedding, and planning a wedding is essentially you're paying for other people to come and celebrate you. And it just wasn't what we wanted. My husband now, I keep wanting to say my fiance, my husband now, he wasn't, and this isn't just to say that he's not supportive or whatever the case may be. He wasn't really interested in it. So kind of the input or the feedback that I was looking for, he wasn't giving me, but it wasn't because he didn't want to have the wedding. It's just not the way that he wanted to have the wedding. So we discussed doing a destination wedding. And when I tell you, we sat down with a travel agent, everything, like, he was so hands-on, he was so excited. So I'm like, okay, this is it. We can do a destination wedding. Obviously, unfortunately, everybody isn't going to be able to attend. And I mean, that it sucks, and we feel terribly bad about it, but at the same time, we want to be able to have something that we can enjoy. We don't want to plan a wedding and wedding day comes and we're like so stressed that we can't even enjoy the wedding. So we both agreed that we're going to go with a destination wedding next year. And then we're gonna double it up as a honeymoon. So it's really nice. I'm really excited about it. I feel like this year is going to fly. So yeah, I'm excited about being able to actually experience an actual wedding. And I am an only child, so this is hopefully, not hopefully, preferably, the only wedding that my parents will have to attend of mine. So I want to give them that experience as well. The next question is, how did you and hubby meet? So actually, we get this question a lot, but we met in high school, and we knew each other in high school. Like, we never dated or anything in high school. We were just like cordial, I guess. And I think later down the line, he just slid in my DMs. I told him I was gonna say that. He just slid in my DMs, and it kind of just, it went from there. So we met in high school, but he said we were kindled later down the line, but I said that you can't really rekindle, like, you can't read without the Kindle. So there had to be some Kindle to begin with. He said it was. Obviously, he didn't do a good job of letting me know in high school. So, but here we are today, and we're married. What's something that you've noticed about being married so far? So I think something that I've noticed about being married so far is that you're constantly learning. Like, you never really fully know a person. Like, you never really fully know them. So I'm constantly learning about my husband, and I'm sure he's constantly learning something about me every day, because I'm a piece of work, okay? Piece of work. I answered, when are you going to have a baby? The next question is, what's been the biggest adjustment to moving together? I would honestly say the biggest adjustment to moving together would have to be not every thought that comes to your mind does not have to be said out loud. And I know I said communication is like crucial. However, like, I'm the type of person I'm the type of person that's like, I guess you can call it nitpicking. Like, I've had to kind of step back from nitpicking, like, oh, why did you put the washcloth? Why didn't you hang up the washcloth like this instead of doing it like this? Or why is your, like, little nitpicking stuff. So I've had to learn that everything doesn't need to be said. Like, I'm the type of person, literally every thought that comes to my mind, I'm going to say it out loud. And I literally I have to work on that. Like, literally every thought. No thought goes unsaid. So I've had to work on not saying everything out loud. The next question is, do you feel like this is everything 15-year-old Kiera dreamed of? That is really a good question. 15-year-old Kiera. So 15-year-old Kiera, what was that? I'm 27 now. 15, that's 12. So that was 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I was in high school. I don't necessarily think this is the life. This is everything I dreamed of. I think in high school, at that time I was a sophomore, so I was playing soccer and I was into like modeling, and so I don't necessarily think it's everything I've dreamed of, because I thought I would be this soccer playing model. Like, I was at the soccer camps. My parents had enrolled me in like a modeling class. That's not to say I'm not proud of where I am today, but I don't think it's what 15-year-old me dreamed of. Like, obviously I'm still taking pictures, and obviously now I have a YouTube channel, so I don't necessarily think it's what I've dreamed of, but I don't think I could picture, at this point I couldn't picture my life any differently, and I'm glad that my life has played out the way that it has thus far. I hope that answered the question. Did it? I think so. Let's see. I think I have one more question. So the last question is, how is it being a military spouse? Ooh, child. So I actually got a taste of being like a military significant other, because obviously my husband was deployed for most of not most of last year, from May to October. So I kind of got a taste of it last year, and I think being a military spouse, you have to learn how to be flexible. Honestly, that's how I could put it. Like, I'm the type of person who wants everything in my life planned out to a T. Like, I feel like my life has to be planned out. Literally, I have a Pinterest board for everything. So I had to learn to step back and realize that not everything has to be planned. Not everything is going to be planned, especially not with the military. Like, I'm the type of person where if I want to go on a vacation, I want to plan it months ahead of time. In the military, you can't necessarily do that. You kind of have to wait months before. Like, it's been hard. So, like, right now I want to be able to go home for Easter, but right now we just have to make sure that that is feasible for us to go home during Easter. So it's being able to adjust, being flexible, being able to adjust, and then just realizing that you're not going through it alone. Your significant other is too. Just as bad as you want to go home, they want to go home too. Or just as bad as you want to do something, they want to do something else. So just being supportive and understanding that they know it's not ideal, but just showing your support, just letting them know that you appreciate them. you're on this journey with them. So it's been fun. I don't know if fun is the word. It's been an experience. I'm glad to be on it. He makes the experience easy. And obviously it's not really an easy experience, but he makes it doable. He makes it worthwhile. So that is what it's like being a military spouse. Wow, I am a military spouse. I should put that in my Instagram bio. Military spouse. I'm annoying. But that is all the questions that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all those good things. Tell a friend, tell a foe, tell everyone you know, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye guys.